Hi, thank you for joining us today, Paul. And yeah, I will pass the baton to you. And yeah, please.
Okay, so anyway, I'll introduce myself and tell you guys a little bit about what we do and who we are and stuff like that. My company, the name is Madtronic Studios, and we create augmented reality TV shows and augmented reality games. Um, my background is I'm not an AR developer. I'm a product developer as well as a TV show creator. And back in the past, I was one of four people who won a competition, international game show creation. But it never went anywhere. But it was a big contest, and so that was pretty good. A little feather in my cap. And then later on, I got some. I became a finalist in a couple of competitions for my AR headset and stuff like that. So I I was in production, and my son was making video games, and I thought it was really cool, and so I kind of followed him, and he kind of followed me, and so now I'm doing games, and he's doing the production stuff. So we're flip flopping with each other right now. But yeah, so I have a team of AR developers in Pakistan, and so we work together on creating things and putting projects together. So that's pretty much what's going on with me right now. I'll expand actually later on when I tell you a lot more of the things that we do to expand the world of AR. But I I guess I'm basing all of this. What I'm talking about today is a lot of this is just my opinion on how I view AR and VR and where things are going, and how all that ties into entertainment as well. So VR is a it's a you use a VR headset and it completely just encapsulates you in this created world. And in the beginning, it was very dangerous. There was no way of tracking your room, so you had to almost like stand in one spot unless you want to break your TV or break anything or hurt yourself. But VR has come a long way. They have been able to track objects in the room, so it's a lot more safer. AR is where I love. My opinion is I think AR is better than VR, but that's just my opinion. Because with AR you can see everything around you, so you don't have to use so much software with AR because it's just adding to the world that you're in right now, and I love that. And so AR to me, I think it's a better technology, and they've made some really big advances with AR software. So everyone got all encapsulated with Pokemon Go. Just I think that was to me that's when the world actually started paying attention to AR. And like I said, it's just my opinion, but I just think that that's when AR kind of it kind of made something for itself at that time. Because I was a like basically a global event, and people were just going nuts over it and stuff. And so also with AR, I don't think you need a lot of things to make it all work. And with VR, I feel like you need just a lot of storage and just too many components with VR, and it's just to me it's almost feels like it's just restricted to you being at your house, whereas AR you're free to go almost everywhere, and I'll even expand on almost everywhere later on to show you just how AR can match all of the environments, whether it's air, land, or underwater. So anyway, that's my comparison with the AR and VR. You know, I also, if you guys have your opinion, since this is a kind of a 2-hour event, I want you to chime in. You don't have to wait to the end, because I'd love to hear some people what their thoughts are. So if you have a question or a thought right now, you could go ahead and say something. If not, I'm just going to keep moving on. Any thoughts? All right, cool. All right. So anyway, that's it with my idea with comparing those two. AR software. I think that the great thing about AR is I feel like it was totally made for mobile, your cell phone. I think that it's a perfect software just for the cell phone, and companies are taking advantage of this this idea, because you have now where people can try on clothes with the AR applications. So companies are trying to get you to buy their products with AR. You don't see that happening with VR. So we've gone from basically AR with games to now AR in the in different industries. So you got it with fashion. You got AR software applications being developed for hospitals, other technology fields. And so once again, I think that's where AR stands out for me as being better than VR, just because of all the usage, the applications for it. So I really think that's a great thing. And also, if I'm talking about something and you have a thought on what I'm saying, I don't mind you chiming in. I don't mind. Like I said, it's 2 hours, so you know, the more we talk with each other, the more we get our thoughts out, and you know, maybe I can learn something from you guys. Because like I said, I'm not a developer in AR. I just use it a lot. I just you know, just work with developers that use it a lot, and we work with it on a day-to-day basis. So
can you share with us some of your work?
oh, you want? Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so I have feel like I've expanded AR in so many different directions. So the first direction is our we have a TV show. We produced a augmented reality competition TV show, and we recently signed a distribution deal with that, so that can be later on seen on some of the you know, online platforms and stuff like that. But so our TV show is it takes place as a competition, and it takes place on land, takes place in the water, and it takes place underwater. And so we use our AR headset, which is called M7. M7. Now, and sometimes you may not understand what I'm saying, because I recently have an accident with my face. That's why I had a mask on. So I'm covering up my scars. And so please excuse me if you can't understand me sometimes. But
can you show us the M7 at some point?
yeah, give me 1 second and I will share that right now.
Thank you.
So the reason why you wear mask is because there are a lot of people around you. You are afraid of COVID.
No.
Don't worry.
I'm at home, but I had an accident and my face is messed up, so I'm kind of hiding.
Don't worry about it. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm recovering.
Do whatever
okay, so
you feel good. Yeah.
Here's a YouTube clip on the M7. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you can use this underwater.
Yes. So you can actually go underwater with it.
Oh, that's very cool.
Is like what's the weight for the headset?
It's really light, and
It's
especially
really-
underwater, you can't even feel it.
Oh, so why? Well, what's the scenario that people has to do underwater VR? Is that relaxing meditation or what's
But
the?
it's the gaming. You can go underwater and do some augmented reality gaming.
Oh,
That's got to be very unusual. Is this the
yeah.
only headset that does that?
Catch fishes?
Paul, is this the only headset that will work underwater?
No, there was a company, two companies that tried to do this, but they both went bankrupt. And so right now, I might be the only one doing it right now.
So
and they were doing it for educational purposes, while I'm doing it for entertainment purposes.
So when you're underwater with this, do you have a regular scuba mask on, or how does that
So
work?
it's a combination. It's if you see it when the earlier in the video, we combine a swim mask, and we created a housing and everything around it. So, and then we made some modifications to it also.
So the water fills in a lot of the headset, but I
Yeah.
assume you have a scuba mask on that isn't filling with water. Am I correct?
It's not real. Yeah, it's not. I tell you what, I'll show you. So you can see right here. So you can see right there, the it's a combination of the swim mask as well as the housing. And so we also made some modifications to where normally this is not a full face mask. And so we made it so where you could actually breathe through your nose through a tube. It's not a tube shown on this video, but we have a tube that comes straight from the bottom and onto the side and up out of the water. And so you can stay in the water for like about 5 hours if you wanted to.
You know, this may sound crazy, but I would think that this has military applications.
Yeah, actually, I already talked to a couple of, I went to a event about 2 years ago and talked to a couple of military guys about it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Paul, can you tell us a little bit more about that headset? I'm more in the spatial audio side, and I'm interested in what that from what the graphic was showing. It was seeming to have other capabilities. Can you talk about it?
The M7 headset right here. So
The ear side.
okay, so yeah, so the headphones we designed, they're Bluetooth, and so if you go underwater, so far as I know, they're the only headset that actually can go underwater down to 12 feet and work for 5 hours uninterrupted. So far, everyone's always saying water resistant. You know, that's playing with the words. But with this, you could actually stay underwater. I doubt if you could find a headset that put it underwater for 5 hours and see if it works. I don't think so. So you could listen to music underwater if you wanted to. You could use it with the games, so you can hear what's going on with the games underwater, which makes it even more immersive. So right now and it works, it operates by itself. So like I said, you just listen to music. You don't need the whole unit. You can just listen to the headphones by themselves.
But
We also,
I'm sorry, even if let's say that you don't have the earphones on, you're limited to 12 feet maximum depth. Is that correct?
no, it's just that's the deepest that I went because it was a 12-feet swimming pool.
I see. I see.
Yeah, if you want to go deeper, you can go deeper. That's just as, you know, I said I just go to 12 feet because no one's going to 12 feet anyway. So
Yeah, yeah.
but the coolest part about the headphones is you can actually take out the Bluetooth speakers and put them into what we call our sound tube, which you'll see right here. I'll show this part. So you can create a loudspeaker if you want, a portable loudspeaker. So it's we wanted something that you could just do so many things with it, you know, whether it be gaming, whether it be music or military. So it's just, you know, we wanted to try to put as many applications as possible.
So I assume you're employing mechanical engineers and they're in Pakistan?
No, they're just the AR developers. My background is electricity, electronics. I was in the military for 9 years.
Oh,
I was in the Navy, and so I'm
I'm an electrical and computer engineer myself.
okay. Okay, yeah. So I have all the mechanical background. So
Great.
yeah,
Do you have any patents on this?
you know, we don't have any patents right now because everything that I've done, I haven't released it to the world. So when I did the TV show, I'm using it. No one else is handling it. So once I get to a point where I'm going to start selling them, then that's when I'll do the patent. Once it's out of my hands.
You might have an issue with the one year countdown timer once you've disclosed it publicly.
Yeah, I know. I know. So most of the stuff that I'm doing right now doesn't apply with giving it to anybody because I feel like I can make a lot of money as far as doing the TV shows and just all the other stuff to where I probably wouldn't even have to sell it.
Very cool.
Yeah. So so that's what the headset, AR headset. Then we also make AR games for our board games. So we designed some board games, and we're going to start selling those pretty soon. We actually started selling we did a beta test just to see if people liked it or whatever. So a lot of people liked it, and that's just with your cell phone, so you don't need our headset for that. And so then we're also, like I said, we're trying to expand AR in different areas of entertainment. So we here in San Francisco, we've come up with an idea for an attraction where people will come on the beach and a lot of stuff like my TV show. We do a lot of stuff on the beach. So we decided, well, we'll just, you know, make an attraction and all the AR challenges that we have on the beach for the show. We'll just design this in a way where people can enjoy it also. So we want to try to, you know, get people, the public, to experience what's happening on the TV shows. We feel it's a really good way to draw them into the TV show as well. And so we have that. And then right now we're currently in development with working with an action figure where you can use AR and make the action figure come to life and do some battles and stuff like that. So that we think that would be really great for kids. So,
Do you know what like a retail price point would be on this headset?
yeah, it's $475. If I sold it in retail, it'd be $475.
So it's got the processor built into it. It's got the processing built.
Well, see, here's the thing. So it's a mobile headset, so it's just with the cell phone.
Okay, okay.
So it's not like you know, like everybody else's built-in type of stuff. We're trying to make something reasonable. Almost everybody has a cell phone.
Yeah.
But the problem is that when you talk about taking someone's cell phone, putting it in this and going underwater, a lot of people hesitate. So we actually sell it with the cell phone also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why it's $475.
I see. I see.
Yeah. Because I'm sure you'd be a lot more comfortable putting my cell phone that you bought in than
Yeah.
your cell phone.
Yeah.
Well, like a rental car.
Yeah, exactly. You're comfortable if you rent it. But yeah, so that was the idea is because originally we made it all and we're like, okay, people just use their cell phones. And then a lot of people that we talked to, they were like, oh, this is a great idea. And I was like, okay, but you're going to put your cell phone in. And they're like, no, I'm not going to do that. Because they don't want to, you know, people just don't want to replace their cell phone. So we're like, okay, we'll put the cell phone in there also. So that way, you know, I think people would be and they were a lot more comfortable that way. So
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway.
Well, I don't know where the conversation's going, but I have a question. So I just got back from a South by Southwest and saw lots of content, mostly on the VR side, some AR side, and some mixed all over the place. And one of the big challenges and complaints are lots of stuff's been produced, but there is no distribution other than going to film festivals or things like that. You were talking about having your work then distributed. How is that rolling, and what are the opportunities then for other producers to think about distribution for AR and VR content?
So I just finished a TV show at the end of last year, and about I just recently just finished the editing, and we just recently found a distributor. So I know that there are several distributors that we talk to. They're very interested in this because it's something new, and it's what's going on in the world right now anyway. And so I didn't feel like anyone was like, no, we're not interested in this. A lot of people were, because I think also because of the underwater thing, that I think that captured a lot of people's attention. The fact that you can go underwater and play with mermaids and fight sharks and stuff like that. But I guess depending on how they present it, I think it's a great avenue. And like you said, you saw more VR than AR, and that's the problem. You know, AR, it's not shining like it could be. I feel like VR isn't shining as great as it could be as well. And so AR is behind that, so it's really not doing that great to me. And that's the reason why we came up with ideas on different avenues. Instead of just saying, hey, buy my headset and play this game, I was like, hey, why don't you buy this headset and or why don't you watch this TV show? I wanted to create something that would create some enticement, something that would expand on the desire to want it. And you know, entertainment is a great way to do that with different avenues like TV shows. So that way you're watching something on a TV show, you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then you're like, hey, wait a minute, I could actually do that too. You know, I think it just it's a better way to get things out there. But yeah, I don't know yet how everything is going to go, because we just got the distribution deal. But as far as the professionals go, they're loving it. They're liking the idea. But we'll see how the public, responds later on once it hits those platforms.
Is the distribution just a streaming type, or is it going to be on a cable network, or how does that work?
Our distributor has all those connections, so they're going to try to hit as many as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to try to hit the TV networks. They're going to try to hit the streaming and stuff like that, because that's one of the things that they do. So that's why we picked them and we like it. And so, yeah, so our goal is actually, yeah, if we can get on the network, that would be great. If not, then streaming. And the thing about it is, because it's new, we're not expecting an explosion. We're looking at season 2, which we're in development right now, to actually just catapult this type of show out there mainstream. So usually when you introduce something for the first time, it's not going to do, unless you got $1 million to spend on something, it's just going to creep in there. But by the second one, that's when you really start counting your numbers. So but if you want, actually, I'll try to figure out how to get out of this, and I can show you the TV show. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Augmented gaming battles. Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. All right. So anyway, so this is just a quick trailer for the TV show, and you'll see some of the usage of the headgear.
Is there audio that goes with it?
You can't hear it?
No, we're not getting the audio.
When you share, there's a small box that on the button left, you need to click like enable sound. When you hit the,
Each time you share.
yeah, each time. Yeah. So click that green button and reshare. And there's a small box on the left button corner. You need to check that.
Can you hear that?
It's on the share, on the Zoom. Zoom has a setting and the default is mute. So when you share
okay.
without clicking that panel thing, the box, then you won't have any sound. Yes, so you
So,
need
so
to
when
click.
it says mute, and then it doesn't show that it's muted.
I mean, there's a box that shares sound. You
Go
need
ahead
to
and press
click.
play and see if we hear anything.
Yeah, right. No.
No,
Nope.
not-
Huh, you heard the first one though, huh? And I didn't do anything for the first one.
Oh, maybe you reshare it again.
Okay,
Just-
let's just.
Yeah, right. And hit the green button. And there's a panel pop up, right? And then on the bottom left, really corner, there's a small box, checkbox, and set that share sound.
Share sound. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. You need to click that. Okay.
Got
cool.
it. All right. See, I'm learning. I'm not a Zoomer.
Are you a physical gamer or a digital gamer?
Yes.
Do you have the skills and knowledge of a gamer? So it looks like Commander. This guy, he just does not know how to quit. He doesn't know how to quit. He is rolling with the points.
All I do is win no matter what, Paul.
All right. 2 gamers will be represented by 7 live action avatars on the augmented reality battlefield. So another win for Dan Foxy. 5 points for her. All right, and like you know, we always say, it's anybody's game, as you can see. Come on. It's my time. It's my time. Last chance to get these things rolling.
All right, so that's that. So anyway, so as you can see, we were underwater and on the land and stuff like that. So that's the great part about AR. I feel like if you try, you can figure out a way to match all your environments. And so we think we're doing such a good job with that. That actually on season 2, we're gonna get together with the indoor skydiver and add air to it. Part of the show. So, but yeah, I don't think I have enough material to actually cover 2 hours.
Yeah, no worries. I think today's talk is very special because I haven't seen any AR device or VR device that is underwater. So I think it's really cool. And I mean, I heard that some people in LA, they go to like some bathtub, the types of like, relaxing themselves, and they soak themselves inside kind of like a bathtub, but with a cover. And then inside they feel relaxed and it's totally dark. And I was thinking about, yeah, maybe there can be some interesting meditation. I don't know, some sound.
Like an immersion. with an
Yeah.
immersion tank. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Immersion tank. Yeah. So yeah, I can see a lot of
See,
interesting.
that sounds very LA.
Yes.
Actually, it's very LA from the 1980s as being in a salt immersion tank. Usually it's a sensory shutdown though, but there
Yeah.
are a lot of people doing sound baths, forest baths, that this would be an interesting lens too. So
And you get a green grass milkshake just before you do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many applications, you know, with AR, not just with my headset, but I'm sure people can actually, if they really try to be imaginative like we were, you know, they can, you know, take this thing as far as possible. So, you know, but we're not the first to do it underwater. It's just that those guys were just trying to do it educationally, and they got bankrupt, and we decided to do it with the entertainment, and we just feel like there's just so many things that we could do with entertainment with this that you know, it's an open road.
So with your show, is that based in Unity or Unreal, that you've got the setting and then you're layering in the people? Or I was looking in my notes because there was a really interesting similar platform that was being showcased at South by that instead of you sitting there as yourself as an avatar in a space, it was they've launched, and I was trying to find my notes on it because they have it that you can use your phone to be in the space in a dance party where then you are dancing to a real band and you're dancing with your friends. So the whole concept of you being the transported person into the virtual space, not with some kind of a Vroid or Ready Player Me character, is another interesting lens here. So sort of the tech backside question, what are you using for that stuff?
So what we did was so there's a animation, there's a gaming software that not too many people seem to know about. It's called iClone. And actually I've been using this software. This is probably the first software that I use, and I just loved it, so I just keep using it. But with iClone, you can there's this what you do is you work with the green screen, and then you put that footage in pop video, and then it takes everything out and it just cuts you out, and then you're able to put yourself in iClone, and so I that's what I did. So yeah, it's just putting yourself, just like you said, basically, where it's like we're in this animation world and you're not seeing animated characters, you're seeing us. And it's really great. You know, it's so fun to work with. Yeah. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
What platforms does the iClone software work on?
So here's the thing. They made some changes recently, so I haven't followed the changes, because most of the one that I use, your computer has to have the operating system has to be Windows 8 for the particular one that I'm working on, but they have iClone 8 right now. iClone 7, iClone 8. Those, they've made some changes too. So I think they work with Windows 10 or 11. But they also they got this partnership with Unity. And so you can actually mix and match and do some stuff with iClone in Unreal, and then vice versa. So but the problem is that the one I use, iClone 5, I'm a master at it, but 7 and 8, I'm an elementary kid and I don't know what's going on. So I just stick with what I know. But it's just there's so many changes. You know, software is changing all the time. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so I don't really have all the information on 7 and 8, how they work and what they use, but I know with mine it's Windows 8. So yeah. So that's it for that. I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to say.
Well, let me ask you one more question: is what's on your wish list next? So where are you taking this stuff? You've been very adventurous on what you've done here. What's on your roadmap of where you're going next?
Well, the thing that we haven't is the action figure. So we haven't really started on that yet. It's more of pen and paper kind of thing right now. But I love the idea of the creating action figures. So it's because I want to not only incorporate adults, I want to incorporate kids as well. And so I want to really, spark their happiness. So we thought that, the action figure would be a great thing. You could play with it like you normally would, but then you could like, boom, just bring it to life and animate it and have all these amazing little fights and, action wars. So that's where I'm headed with it right now.
Cool. I was just going to suggest you might want to look at Action Face, which is run by a guy named Kenny Davis, that is taking that same lens but making people into action figures. And so that you can, so that you go to events and you end up walking away with a 3D action figure of yourself. And that might be a good thing because he's going to have then the digital avatars of yourself that could be turned into battle. So I'm always connecting the dots as
Hasbro is, I got a little bit of my idea from Hasbro because, they got it now where you could, turn yourself into an action figure. You know that one, right?
Somewhat.
Yeah. So that's what they're doing now. And that's how I kind of sparked the idea of that. And I actually have I have a guy right now who creates action figures. So he and I will be working later on to, go down this road. And yeah, I mean, personalize it, that would probably be even better. That'd be really, really good for kids. They'll probably love that. Turn themselves into an action figure and then put the AR. So they're like, oh man, see, you just gave me an idea. But yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the road that, we're kind of looking at right now.
Where are you located?
I'm in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a good spot, we think, to explore all of our avenues here. But yeah.
Yeah, any other questions?
I think it's fascinating. I think the whole thing with the headset and everything, that's just fascinating. So the main thing you have to worry about with the headset in terms of water is the water getting into the electronics. So you have to have that. Well,
it doesn't, because so this is this is the part where we can actually patent, because no one has ever seen it, is the water gets into it, but it doesn't touch any electronics because of what we do in our special sauce to stop the electronics from getting any water in them. And so that's why you're able to transfer from the headset to the loudspeaker, portable loudspeaker, because all the electronics are encased in a way where water never touches it.
So
I'm
sorry, we're getting hit by this Zoom delay here.
Go ahead.
If you wanted to, you could just use it with a phone by itself without the headset. Am I correct?
The speakers?
No, the game. The show.
Yeah, the game itself. I mean, you could use a cell phone, whatever you want. It's just that our whole thing is, a lot of our games are going to be water-based. So that's where this all comes into play.
I see.
Yeah, because the thing about it is now, everything that you see is ground-based. Most of the games, everyone's on the ground. So we thought, well, let's not be like everybody. Let's take places they haven't been, underwater. So we're like, okay, so let's just create some underwater games. I mean, wouldn't you like to be underwater, battling a mermaid or a shark or whatever? That would be pretty fun.
So you're relying on the cell phone that's in the headset. You're relying on that cell phone to be waterproof, correct?
No.
No.
The cell phone does not have to be proof.
Really?
Our design for the casing stops their cell phone from getting wet.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you could use this for underwater photography if you wanted to.
You can. I mean, that's how we created the show. We use this. We use our headset to film most of the show.
Huh?
Yeah. So when we're underwater filming, we're using the headset.
I belong to a scuba diving photography group, and they go pretty deep though. They might go over 100 feet.
It doesn't matter. It like I said, I only went 12 feet just because I was in the pool. But you can
Yeah.
go as deep. You can go as deep as you want to.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because there's a lot of pressure relief on it also. So
Really?
you know, yeah. So you can go pretty deep.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. But yeah, you could do a lot of filming, you know, if you wanted to. The greatest part about it is you can start on land, start filming, and just go straight in the water. Don't have to stop. Just keep doing whatever you're doing, you know, until you're totally done, and then just hit stop.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, recently I watched some interesting Discovery Channel program, and I watched like Atlantis, right? Under like yeah, so I don't know. I was thinking about if there's like a super cool underwater civilization down there, and I don't know, you can go Bermuda Triangle.
Now you're hitting
So-
season 2. Now
Season
you're talking about season 2 of our show is Atlantis.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I was so fascinated with that little triangle thing. Yeah, like
Yeah.
campus like going down and ships that's nobody there, but it seems like people are getting adopted by aliens. So
yeah.
all those fun stuff. I don't know if there's some interesting story or entertainment stuff like during Halloween. I feel like-
Yeah, our season 2 is for the show is it's basically it's almost all water based because we're basically telling the story of Atlantis, and we're creating these, we call them Atlantean warriors, and they do all of these challenges, and so that's basically what's going to be happening on season 2.
Yeah, so it is just very cool if because imagine no headset you can do underwater. Like I haven't really seen anything. Maybe
Yeah.
there are some, but I didn't aware of it. But I think it will be really cool because the feeling in on land and underwater will be different.
Yeah.
And and it makes sense that immerse inside water and then
Your environment.
yeah, the environment is different, and yeah, as long as you got your oxygen, everything's kind of very safe, and you can kind of explore there. Yeah, so I feel like this is a very interesting thing, and yeah, it is just very interesting, and especially explore like some civilizations and also learn like educational, right? Educational and
Exactly.
and yeah, I think it
Exactly.
would be really cool. Yeah.
So you could walk down the street with this on, right?
If we wanted to.
You will look really special. Well, look at you. It seems like you are from outer space.
Well, I tell you what, it wouldn't be so odd later on because we're working on a animated series with the headset. That one's called Aqua Power, and I should have had one for you right there. But basically, what we did was we created an animated show with our headset, and that one's educational because it's teaching people how to respect the ocean. So, like a lot of the action scenes and a lot of the scenes from the show is in the ocean, and so that one we're going to make it educational.
Cool.
Very cool. Yeah. So
Yep.
anyone has any questions, feel free to ask Paul. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Paul, for being our speaker today. And today I learned a lot from you regarding to underwater augmented reality, which is a very interesting topic. And thank you so much for sharing us a lot of like videos and what you were doing. Yeah, thank you so much. And
Not a problem. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And hopefully see everybody next week. Bye-bye.
Thank
Right.
you.
Thank you.